the city, Santa Barbara, California. We have our share of lawbreakers here. That's where I come in. I'm the DA. And it was a day like most other days out here on the coast. Cloudless, gorgeous, bland. But I was in the dark, in more ways than one, investigating the murder of one Harry Winslow, a.k.a. Anthony Gardner, a.k.a. Jonathan Guerra, a.k.a. you name it. I'm questioning an uncooperative subject, but I won't quit until I know the involvement in this crime of the ubiquitous Cruz Castillo. The lowlife I'm questioning is Castillo's sidekick, Pearl Bradford.
Life doesn't get any lower than you, Timmons. When do I get out of here?
When I tell you, you can. Now, let's get the facts. Cypress Point. What were you doing there?
Taking a walk.
In a storm?
I love turbulent weather. It suits my nature.
Who's Harry Winslow?
Tony Gardner.
How do you know that?
You just said it.
Why was Castillo really trying to find this man?
I only believe what I read.
Here, then. Read this. What does Castillo know about this guy?
Look, I don't know nothing. I'm not saying nothing. And Cruz, he don't know nothing either.
He's lying, and you're lying. Back to square one. Cypress Point. What were you doing there?
How did you know it was a human bone?
Well, I don't know for sure. It just looked like one. I mean, you know, the size of it, you can tell.
Where'd you say you found it?
At the little tide pool at the boathouse. Dad, I'm telling you, this is really kind of scary if you think about it.
Yeah, I imagine it is. Tell you what, I better go down and look at it, huh?
Well, it's not there anymore.
I beg your pardon? What did you do with it?
Oh, nothing. I just left it there. I called the police about it. They have it now.
Oops. Look who's here, the big bad black sheep. Come on, we can go someplace else.
No, why should I? He can leave.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
So, look, you said something's come up. What?
Yeah, something has come up. I'm sorry to say it's the screenplay, honey. I'm having a bit of trouble raising the money. Looks like Wall Street's Black Monday has dried up the well.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, I wish I knew somebody.
Listen, I can pare startup costs down to about $45,000. I'm wondering, honey, is there any chance you might be able to come up with that much just till we can get financing from a major studio?
Oh, Mel, I wish I could, but I can't. I don't have it. At least not yet.
Yeah, well, that's there's still a few sources I have to try out yet.
No doubt about it. He's a professional hit. High caliber rifle, expert aim, right through the heart. Whatever we've got is in there. Not much.
Hey, every little bit. I want to thank you for getting me this stuff so quickly, Frank. I appreciate it.
No problem. Good luck.
Thanks. Hey.
Hi.
How you doing, Bill? Can I help you with that?
No, I got it. Can you open the door?
Oh, sure. Excuse me.
It's about Harry, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened here.
Why don't you let somebody else figure it out? Why don't you just drop it?
How can I?
You can just let go of it. You know, it's been a bad mission since the start, and now that Harry's dead, it would be the best time to sign out. I don't think you should push your luck.
It's not like you to tell me what to do, Eden.
I don't want to see you end up like Harry. Even if Harry was telling the truth, why do you feel like it's up to you to take over for him now? I mean, nobody asked you to. Now, I know you feel morally obligated to take over this assignment, but it's over for now. We have to think about us. We made a promise to the two of us that we were going to...
I know that, baby, I know.
We were going to go around the world. We were going to search for the perfect place to be married.
Darling, I'd like nothing better than to close this file and walk away from this.
So what's stopping you?
What Harry said. That there's an assassin coming to Santa Barbara, that there's a meeting. I mean, how am I supposed to forget that?
Harry was a part of an organization. The other side. There are other operatives. There are other people who can carry on his work for him. Nobody is irreplaceable.
I know. It just boggles my mind, though, the idea that Harry could have been working for us all this time as a double agent, and Richard didn't even know it. He was stalking him, not knowing that.
If Harry was telling the truth. I'll tell you something. I have this really bad feeling that no matter what I say, you're going to get more and more involved in this. I am really frightened for you. I'm afraid for you. I'm afraid that underneath it all, the risk and the danger really turns you on. That it's in your blood.
Yeah, well, maybe it is. But then so are you in my blood. Some things you just can't help. I'm sorry if this is scaring you, but I got a feeling in my gut that if I turn away from this, I may regret it for the rest of my life.
Well, I don't want to spend the rest of my life regretting that you didn't turn away.
Cruising out, man. What? I'm sorry to interrupt you, too. Listen, I'm just coming from Timmons' office. He gave me the 3rd degree. He's not buying the Harry Winslow story. Okay. He knows it's phony, and guess what? He's out for you, buddy.
Welcome back, Wainwright.
Welcome back, Wainwright.
I just said that.
Good to see you back at your desk.
Do you see a desk here anywhere?
Work does pile up when you're away, doesn't it?
You have the gift of understatement. Well, this is something addressed to you. I don't know what it's doing in here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here's the file, too.
Thanks.
And another piece of mail. And another piece of mail. Mason, what is this?
I was meaning to tell you. They're painting my office, and I've been using your desk while you were away.
I see. Why didn't you remove this stuff when you knew I was coming back?
Well, they're still painting my office.
You're suggesting that we share this desk?
I'm suggesting that we share the office.
This isn't a terribly large space.
Well, I'll do my best not to disturb you. I'll take my meetings somewhere else, Julia. It'll only be for a few days.
What about that nice little office right next to the library?
They turned it into a storage room.
Why is it that I'm not buying any of this?
It's a straightforward request, Julia, and you'd be doing me a favor.
All right. On one condition.
What's that?
That you don't touch me anywhere in this office.
Not even a pat on the back for a job well done?
Not even a kiss on my cheek.
Not even a chase around the desk for form's sake, huh?
As long as you don't catch me.
That's a very strange request.
Take it or leave it. If we are going to give the appearance of being celibate, then we should be celibate. I'm not going to sneak around and feel cheap anymore, and especially not in my office.
Do you ever think that it might be your feelings that need adjusting and not our behavior?
Mason, I understand why you don't want to give in to Victoria's demands. I really do. She's out to get you, and you need to protect yourself, and so do I. And I refuse to spend one more minute feeling like the other woman.
I love you.
I miss you. You're touching me. You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This kind of thing cannot go on in this office, so why don't you just find yourself another space?
Now, before you kick me out, wait a minute. You're right. I'm sorry about this. And I agree that we need to be discreet while we're in this office. It won't happen again. Give me another chance.
All right, but this is against my better judgment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm starving, and I will go out and get us both something to eat if you promise me that you will clean up all this stuff off my desk.
Sure.
Why is it that I don't believe you?
Why, Mel, hello.
Do you have a few minutes?
Sure. Come in and have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Now tell me, what can I do for you, Mel?
Well, if it isn't a sight for sore eyes, come on in. I'm glad to see you changed your mind.
Stop gloating, Gina, or I might change it back. Now, I might be willing to pay you for useful information, but I really haven't heard any yet.
Useful information. Well, I think I can fill that bill. Let's see, you still don't know who sabotaged your oil rig, do you?
Are you saying you do know?
Well, I think that information would be worth at least $1 million.
Now you want $1 million. Yesterday you wanted $10,000 to talk about Halcrack. You know, I think you're just desperate enough to cash in on anybody's troubles, and I don't think you know anything at all.
Well, I know plenty. But, you're right about the oil rig. I mean, that's another kettle of fish. Let's just stick to Hal Clark right now.
Yes, well, you've made several little insinuations about Hal Clark and myself. Now, what exactly do you think you know?
Well, I know the connection between the two of you. Though it's rather sensitive stuff, there are people involved that don't want to be dragged into it, so I have to protect my sources.
Well, I'm not giving you $10,000 to protect your sources.
Puts me in kind of a sticky situation. While you were married to Cece, you met Hal on various occasions.
Gina, that's nothing. I've admitted to meeting him on several occasions, but he was one of my husband's employees.
Yes, but it wasn't just a casual thing, and Cece didn't know about your meetings.
Well, I don't admit to that, but go on.
And the picture, the photo that was taken of you and Hal, well, it was taken right here on the estate, and you lied about it. You said it was taken at a different location.
I remembered that wrong, and Gina, that is old news.
Well, then, why'd you bring the briefcase?
Well, just in case you might have latched onto some scandalous little tale that would be more trouble to me than it's worth to disprove.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Well, you just believe anything you like, dear. What I've heard really makes me not very concerned about the problem. After all, if you can't tell me this damning little tale, and I'm the one you're supposed to be extorting money for, I don't think you're going to go blabbing to other people.
No, I think you should give me the money, or I'll just have to find some way to get the news out to people without exposing my source.
Well, fine. You go right ahead. And when you have it, you give me a call. I'll be very happy to listen to you.
I wish I knew what I was talking about.
Ooh, that's an awful lot of food. What is it, you eating for two again, Julia?
I'm bringing lunch back for a co-worker.
Your co-worker, Mason, you know, he hates blue cheese dressing.
Well, the dressing is for me.
Really? Guess you're gonna get a lot of takeout since you can't be seen in public anymore, huh?
Is it necessary to have yet another scene?
You know, Julia, you still haven't got it. I don't want you to be comfortable. I want you to be miserable as you have made me.
I don't understand why you have to demean yourself to get even with me. I know you, and I know you're a better person than that.
And you are the worst enemy I have ever had.
For the record, I was never your enemy, Victoria. There were times, many times, when I placed your interests ahead of my own. I know that you feel betrayed. I understand that, and I'm sorry. There is no kind way to leave someone for someone else. But you insist on believing that this has been some sort of conspiracy against you, and that just simply isn't true.
And that made it all the more exciting. How without me, you two could have had a boring old affair. You two deserve each other. And I'm gonna make you pay.
I'm afraid that the cost is going to be even higher for you than it is for us if you don't find some decent, responsible, grown-up way to handle this situation. I believe that Mason is trying to do that. Won't you even try?
You know, you kind of took me off guard when you said how much you liked the screenplay.
Well, that's powerful stuff, Mel. I can't be as objective as I might want to be since my estranged wife wrote it, but I think I'm a fair judge of what's good. I used to own a small piece of a small film company here in Santa Barbara.
Really?
You know, I saw quite a few scripts. I think this is quite well structured and genuinely honest.
Well, thank you.
I was especially interested in the way you handled the character based on me.
Yeah, well, nothing's set, you know. If it bothers you, we could always...
Not at all. In fact, I think you handled the absentee husband rather fairly.
Well, good, good. Because I'll tell you, Mason, the reason I'm here is to find out if you're still hot on investing in the project.
I certainly am. I meant what I said.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Because here's what's happening now. Even though we've got, you know, loads of people who are willing to put up the big bucks once the project gets off the ground, what we need now is a fairly small amount of startup money, development money.
How much are we talking about?
50,000. No, we could get by with less, you know, 40, 45.
50,000 sounds reasonable.
Oh, real good, real good. I tell you what, we could make a deal where also you'd be the first one to get your money back once the profits start rolling in.
Oh, I'm afraid I'd want more than a simple return on my money, Mel.
Really? What do you mean, a percentage?
No. I want you to have an affair with my wife.
You understand, Castillo? I had to bring you in here as a routine part of my job. I have to question you. I mean, I'm under the gun to come up with something, so I just can't overlook you as a witness.
I got the picture, Keith. But I was sure you'd be too tied up to bother with me.
I wouldn't take it personally. I don't mean you any trouble.
Oh, I know. Your word is your bond, buddy.
Listen, you spread this guy's face all over the media. You gotta give me something, anything. Come on, if you don't cooperate, they're gonna take me off the case, Castillo. Then they'll put somebody on it who'll really lean on you.
You're Timmons?
Who the hell are you? INID. What do you want?
I'm delivering a message. You're to drop the investigation into Harry Winslow's death and release this man immediately.
Well, with all due respect, my office doesn't come under your jurisdiction.
These orders are from the highest authority.
What is it? Divine intervention?
It's about national security.
Could you be more specific? You know, it seems to me, didn't Castillo work for your organization? I think he did. Maybe you're just doing him a little favor here.
This is Richard. Is he available? Thank you.
Who are you calling?
Hello, sir. Thank you for taking my call. I'm with the District Attorney of Santa Barbara. He has some reservations about dropping the Harry Winslow investigation. Yes, sir.
Who am I talking to?
The President of the United States.
Well, sure, Lieutenant. I'll tell my dad. Okay, goodbye.
Tell your dad what?
Well, that was the police. About the bone I found, it's human, all right.
Yeah, I was hoping you were wrong.
Well, so was I. Anyway, they're gonna investigate.
First, what are they gonna find? It was probably washed up in the storm. Could have come from any place.
I know, but they figure it's worth looking into. Anyway, they want us to kind of keep an eye open for any little bones that, you know, pop up.
They asked you to do that?
Yeah.
A grisly assignment.
Tell me about it. You know, I was thinking, Dad, about who this guy could have been. You know, I mean, if the family's still looking for him and all that.
Yes, well, we'll help them as much as we can.
You know, I didn't think there was much left that could surprise me, but this one, I tell you, really throws me for a loop. You're not just making some kind of a sick joke or something.
No, I'm quite serious, Mel. I have to be. Victoria's trying to take everything I've got.
Okay, so your scheme, then, is that I lure her to bed, you catch us, and then she'll have to back off on her demands, right?
Well, that's kind of crudely put, but that's the general idea, yeah.
Oh, I think it's kind of nicely put for a pretty crude idea.
Now, Mel, don't make me out to be more callous than I am. You see, I think the idea of Victoria having an affair with somebody who cares about her, as you obviously do, would make her feel a lot better about herself.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not exactly as if I'd have to, you know, close my eyes and grit my teeth in order to sleep with Victoria. I mean, you almost got me believing that I'd be doing her some kind of big favor or something.
Well, in a way you would.
Yeah. Look, Mason, as long as we're being straight with each other, do you mind telling me, was your enthusiasm about the screenplay genuine at all, or was it just part of a bait?
It was quite genuine. Stuff was written from the heart, and it reads that way. Tell you what, Mel. I'm going to go ahead and give you a check for the amount you requested. Now, you can just sort of carry it around with you and think about what I've said. If you decide to go along with it, well, then you can just go ahead and cash it.
You'll be behind me, Satan.
Hi, may I come in?
Sure. We were just finishing up. You'll get back to me, Mel?
Yeah, I'll be getting back to you. Great. Yeah. Ms. Wainwright, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Well, I've set my plan in action. So far, so good.
I just ran into Victoria, and I got through telling her that you wanted to use a mature and ethical approach to this. Don't make a liar out of me.
Julia, I can't be ethical and mature all by myself. I've got to stoop to her level. So listen to what my plan is.
Why do I think this is going to make me angry?
Well, if you don't want to hear it.
I do. All right. Wait a minute. Okay, go.
All right. Now, it's very simple, actually.
Is this the President of the United States that I was talking to?
It was the President.
Okay, get the papers to drop the case. Get the papers to drop the case. Listen, if this is for real, it'll be dropped. In an hour, it'll be dropped. I'm gonna go call another line. Listen, yeah, when you pull strings, you pull strings.
If this isn't real.
Well, I gather that really was the president. You know, Richard, there are a few things about this situation I don't understand.
I know there are. And I'll explain them all to you tonight before I leave town.
You leaving already?
We need more privacy to talk. Meet me at this hotel as soon as you're released. The address and room number is on the key.
Just for the sake of curiosity, how did you know I was brought in here?
Come on, Cruz. Give me some credit. I didn't lose all my instincts when I moved into the front office. I'll see you in a while.
Yeah, why not?
Pete, Timmons, I don't know anything about this bone that you're waving in my face.
He was found near your boathouse.
After a big damn storm was going to swept it in from 50 miles away.
Yeah, or it could have drifted up from its watery grave a few yards down. You know, the first thing they teach in DA school is to start with the obvious.
Nothing about this is up. Will you please be quiet?
Dad, look. All right, okay, let's see what we got here. We have a human bone found on Capwell property. Now, the Capwells are notoriously not above covering up a crime to save their own hides. Let's just suppose that once upon a time, one of them, accidentally or not so accidentally, caused a death. And let's suppose they panicked and hid the evidence by burying it. Mr. Keith, I called the police. Why in the heck?
You find one bone, which we told you about, and you're here accusing my family of murder. The Attorney General will be very interested in your methods, Timmons, I'll tell you that.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm simply constructing a plausible scenario based on my many years of Capwell watching.
The next time that you try to construct a scenario, my attorney will be present. So as far as I'm concerned, this session is over. Get out.
Oh. All right. But listen, we're probably going to be digging around your tidal pool if you catch my drift.
You damage any of my property, I'll sue your little fanny.
Well, you may not have a choice, Cece. I mean, what I'm holding in my hand here is not part of a Halloween costume, you see. This used to be the limb of a living person who was not given benefit or dignity of a proper burial. One might say that he was calling from the grave for justice, so his tormented soul could rest in peace. Huh?
The only tormented soul you ever worry about is your own. And as far as justice is concerned, the best way to serve it would be if the DA's office worried about real crimes, such as who blew up Pamela Conrad's rig.
Well, we're very close to tying you into that explosion. With that and this, we should be able to send you guys up the river for a long time.
That will be a cold day in hell.
It's chilling me right down to my bone. I'm gonna shovel off. See you later, yeah?
Who writes his material?
I am almost sorry I called the police.
So am I.
Well, let's hear it.
You don't want to hear it.
Well, then I'll say it for you. You're profoundly disappointed in me. You think my plan to get around Victoria's outrageous demands is immoral, underhanded, probably illegal, and fattening as well. Cat got your tongue?
What's the point? You've already made up your mind.
Well, I'd like to know that you're not completely against me.
You're the love of my life. I'm always on your side. Although some of the things that you do are incomprehensible to me.
Oh, Julia, is what I'm doing really that terrible? I think that Victoria and Mel are already a little bit in love. All I'm doing is giving their romance a nudge.
With a steamroller. Mason, if you're going to be this disreputable and rotten, at least be honest about it.
I wonder, how can you love somebody whose behavior you despise so much?
I don't know.
Are you questioning what we have together, Julia?
I don't know. You keep throwing curveballs at me. All I can think to do is duck.
Well, I don't want to lose you.
Mason, you have managed to enrage, infuriate, offend, and alienate me, and so far you haven't managed to lose me. At least not yet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Richard expecting us right now?
He's expecting me. I'm going alone.
Well, he knows me. He knows I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see him. We're gonna talk it over. Then I'm gonna come back, get you, take you out someplace, and you and I will talk over what we talked over. Okay?
No, not okay.
Even there's no need for you to come, so you're not coming.
That's not a reason. You think you're in danger. That's why you don't want me to go. Isn't that right? Isn't that what you're telling me?
I don't know there's any danger.
Then what's the problem?
There is no problem.
Great. Then I'm going to get my things, and I'm going to go with you. No, I don't know why you always make... Cruz? Cruz?
What do you want?
Just the bare facts. The bare, dirty, naked
Oh,
facts.
please, don't try anything.
I'm not here to seduce you, darling. I'm at home cooking. Well, I'm here to find out how you're doing on my assignment.
What assignment?
Camera?
Oh, that.
Oh, I asked you to keep tabs on the cap. Well, I haven't gotten a single picture from you. I need
a single picture. There's nothing to take a picture of. What are you doing?
to see if you've gone blind again. My goodness, you know, of course there's stuff going on there. There's the nature of the beast. If you had been watching them instead of mooning over your Dr. Cow Eyes, we'd have something
Why
now.
don't you just get out of here?
It is not going to work. You're wasting your time with that guy, darling. You know, no matter what, he knows he's on to you. And even if he weren't, you get bored with him and dump him in a second.
That is not true. The only time I've wasted is the time I spent with you. I spent months with you, and where did it get me?
I don't know. Where'd you want it to get you?
I don't know. But I would have known if I'd gotten there.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that I love Scott. I don't love you, and you don't love me.
Bull! I am the only grown man who has ever loved you. Everybody else got infatuated with a femme fatale who turned out in the morning to be a witch.
Now I know you love me.
You can bet your sweet, sweet, sweet bottom on that, darling, because I am the warlock who fell in love with a witch, warts and all. I'm the one who wanted you to have our kid. I am the one who put up with all your shenanigans and never left you. That, to me, this is love. The other thing is a fantasy you're having with a 9-year-old doctor.
I'll tell you what, the only fantasy that's going on around here is yours. You don't seem to remember how it really was. You ran around on me. You cheated on me with other women. And when I wanted you to stand up to CC to help me get Brandon back, you wouldn't do that. No, I had to do that myself. You left me alone all the time, and you went running around doing whatever you wanted.
Okay, so I'm not perfect.
I know what I need. And it's not you. We're just not right for each other. The only reason you want me back is because I'm gone. If I came back, you'd be off and running again.
Try me.
Not a chance. Look, just leave me alone.
Never.
What are you doing?
Getting us as close to the wall as I can.
Yes, I can see that. What are you doing with the desk?
Well, it's my desk. You said that I could use your office.
Use my office for just a few days. I didn't say that you could move in.
Well, where do you expect me to work, Julia? On the floor?
On a small table, that thing over there. I don't know, but I didn't say that you could take over my office, and you promised me that you would get all this stuff off my desk.
I will.
You love testing me, don't you? You love it. You just like to push me just a little bit farther than I can take.
Julia, this is not of global importance. I'll get my things transferred as quickly as possible, and then you can get to work.
It's crowded in here. How are we going to get any work done?
That's a good question, Julia.
Mr. Smith.
It's not the custom of this firm to have roommates.
Mr. Cavwell's office is being painted.
Yes, I'm aware of that. That's why we made provision to use Jack Hoban's office while he's on vacation.
I forgot.
Sure you did.
Now, look here, the two of you. I don't believe in meddling in the private lives of my employees or associates, as long as they keep them out of the office. But your lives have been spilling over in a very messy way. I have ignored the rumors I've heard about you, but this is bordering on indiscreet.
That's exactly what I want.
Julia, it's always been my belief that the woman sets the tone in a relationship. I mean, she controls the thermostat. She can heat things up or cool things down. Now, I'm depending on you for the latter. Because if you don't, Mason's professional reputation, not to mention your own, will be severely damaged. And along with it, some of the credibility of this firm. After all, he's a partner, even if he is the youngest one here. He can't afford to be flighty and irresponsible. I'm counting on you to take charge and see that that doesn't happen.
Mr. Smith, you attribute far too much power to me.
No doubt that's what Eve said to the serpent.
Well, in all fairness, Howard, Julia has been working very hard to maintain some semblance of discretion.
I'm sure she has. All I'm asking is that she goes that extra mile, and makes sure that the firm is free from all sorts of scandal. I'll leave you alone now, and you talk things over. I'm sure a word to the wise has been sufficient.
Yes, sir.
You're touching me.
So any news on the financing?
I may have a lead, but it's not for sure yet. There's still some details to work out yet.
I know, it's depressing begging for money, isn't it? I really wish I could help you out. I believe in this project as much as you do.
Listen, honey, it's getting late. I better go and see the guy and get this over with.
It sounds like you're going to your own execution. Call me and let me know how it turns out, okay? And good luck.
Yeah, I'll call you. Bye.
Hello, Ted.
Hey, Ted. Can I talk to you for a minute, Dad? Alone?
Excuse me. What's the matter?
Pamela is the matter. What in the heck are you doing with Pamela all the time? And you know how much this upsets Mom.
Your mother knows, and you should know exactly why we're spending so much time together, trying to find out who blew up that oil rig.
Okay, well, how many luncheons and little dinners you have to have with this woman? Why don't you call her up? I mean, even though Mom knows about this, I'm sure it's just killing her inside, Dad. Why don't you think about Mom for a change? I don't think you've been doing much of that lately.
Anything serious?
No, nothing I can't handle. What did you call me about?
It's Gina again. I'm not sure what the truth is, but she says she's claiming she knows about Hal and me.
Well, the way things are going, everyone's going to know about Hal, and very soon.
Didn't you forget something? Or somebody?
How did you find this place?
I saw the key and I memorized the address. I do these things now, you know, just in case you pull a fast one like
You
this.
shouldn't have followed me here. I want you to leave now.
Why?
Did you hear what I said? I want you out of here now.
No, we have this fight all the time. You tell me that we're partners and then you pull things like this. Oh, it makes me furious.
I have some doubts about Richard. Something is wrong here. I don't know what it is yet. Now, the reason I want you out of here is because it makes me lose the feeling of being in control when I know that you're in danger. Something could happen to you. It makes me feel vulnerable. I can't afford to feel vulnerable right now, so you have to leave.
Well, whatever edge that you lose, I can make up for. I want to look out for you. We can both look out for each other.
Will you do me a favor, please? Can we hash this out some other time?
A bone, a human bone, was found by the boathouse on my property. The police have it.
You think it's Hal's?
I don't know, but it certainly is a very good possibility. By the way, the police are going looking for more, aren't they? They may even go down to the water.
Oh, my God.
Listen to me. We don't have to go back there. We're going to have to dive down. We're going to have to get the rest of the skeleton, and we're going to have to destroy it completely. Completely.
What's wrong with me? What is it that I do that brings this kind of thing on me?
Nothing, Julia. Smith's just a male chauvinist. You know that.
Then why am I working for him? Better yet, why am I with a man who puts me in this kind of a situation?
Oh, are we back to me now?
We never left you. Now, does loving someone automatically mean pain and humiliation, or is it just me who seeks out these kind of men that can provide that for me? It happens all the time to me. It must be me.
Listen, Julia, I was as surprised as you are. Look, I'll go talk to Smith and get everything straightened out, okay?
Okay. Listen, while you're out, will you tell Victoria to stop accosting me every time we're in public together? And then after that, will you tell all the women who are gossiping around this office to stop it? And all the people who are staring at me in the restaurants and the stores, will you tell them that this isn't my fault, that they can't make me wear an A? I am not the Scarlet Woman.
Nobody thinks that you are, Julia, except maybe Victoria, and she's not being rational.
No. See, you're not being rational. Listen to what I'm saying here. I am talking about a lifetime pattern that I haven't been able to shake, of one no-win situation after another. Now, let me explain. I started out very well. I thought I was doing just fine. I was being very careful. When I decided to have this baby, I thought I planned the whole thing out. Ha! Now look at me. I am running around with a married man who is having an affair with me. He's leaving his wife, and then he's coming to me, his wife, who was once a friend of mine, who now wishes that I were dead and run.
Julia, our love was born in turmoil. What makes you think that it'll change that quickly?
I'm sick of the turmoil. Please, no more.
Well, I'm working on eliminating it from our lives. Just have to wait a little longer, that's all.
You're working on it with this delightful little plot to set Victoria up so that you could knock her down.
I don't want to knock her down. I just want her to treat me fairly.
I feel that this is getting worse by the minute.
It's going to be tense for a little while longer, but then it will be over very quickly. Victoria will accept a hefty but bearable settlement. I'll move back into the beach house with you and Samantha. People will start to think of us as a couple, and all of this craziness will subside. Trust me, Julia. It'll be over very soon.
Okay. I'm going to go into Jack Hoban's office now and have a nervous breakdown. I'll see you later, honey.
I want you to stay put out here.
Are you doing anything?
Darling, I need you to respect my wishes on this.
Well, when you put it that way.
Thanks. This won't take long. Hi. I didn't hear you come in. I was just catching a little air. I want you to know I appreciate the way you took me off the hook today.
It was nothing. I want to thank you, Cruz, and congratulate you for a job well done.
Despite the fact that I'm not the one who shot Harry.
Well, it doesn't matter how it happened. He's dead. And that is what we wanted.
Well, I, for one, would like to know who killed him, Richard, and why. Wouldn't you?
Harry made a number of enemies. What I'm curious about is whether he said anything to you before he died.
Not a word.
Too bad. That would have been interesting. This is for you. $100,000. Payment in full for services rendered.
Even though I didn't pull the trigger.
As far as I'm concerned, you did.
Gotta tell you, I have a hard time. I don't understand why you're not interested in the details on this. Like how Harry got it, for instance. In the back.
Well, there's no point in that now. Harry's dead. The file is closed. Good luck, Cruz. To you and your girl. Maybe we'll run into each other again sometime.
Yeah.